Hello everybody, Steve Tack, Director of Business Development here at Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, Canfield, Ohio. We find ourselves back in our studio workshop today, and we're going to take you through a little project. We're going to create this outline drawing here of some of our molding products. We've got some Philly fence, some crown molding, some beadboard, and we're going to take that and eventually it'll wind up on one of our ceilings here in the studio. But before we do that, we got to do a little prep work. And today we have our material laid out, and I got a great helper. I'm going to introduce you to a third generation Baird. Come on over, I'll show you. Dillon, hello.
Hi.
How you doing today, babe?
Good.
Good. Hey everybody, this is Dillon Burdette, Lori Baird's youngest son. Today we're using cherry. It's going to be one of our feature ceilings down the road, so you're going to want to stay tuned and keep watching. We're going to do a little sanding today, Dillon. Just some details. And then once we get sanded and we tack cloth everything off, then we're going to put a nice modified oil-based urethane coat on top of it. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll take the folks through the steps and explain to them why we're doing it, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, let's get ready. Okay guys, so as we can see, this cherry Philly fence material, it's a 5/8 by 5 inch face, beautiful cherry lumber. It's gone through our mill house. They run this through the molder, and we want to accomplish somewhere between a 16 to 20 knife mark per inch. And the reason that is important, that's what accomplishes that beautiful smooth finish. To go one step beyond, we're going to go ahead and sand. Why do you sand? You want to minimize the knife marks, and as you can see, just in handling the boards, the bare wood will absorb oil from our hands. Okay, so we want to get rid of any smudge marks, things like that. And in handling again, we're sliding the boards around. Okay, and that'll put a little scuff mark on it. And it closes the grain, so it'll accept stain differently or varnish differently than once it is a nice clean sanding. A lot of different ways to sand. Hand sand, scratch pads, sandpaper, and there's a ton of very affordable orbital electric sanders, battery pack sanders, 4x4 palm sanders. They all work. You just have to get a feel for them. So we're going to be using probably all of those today, just in demonstrating to you a very simple prep that we're going to do in the sanding process, but it makes your end product come out that much more pristine. All right, so Dill, let me jump back here, and I want to get you started on this sander. And it's very easy. With the orbital, it does all the work, and you allow it to do the work. So that's going to be our first step, Dill, all right? And then, because this is a beaded tongue and groove product, we've got some little nooks and crannies in the profile. Same thing, and as simple as we're working right now on our first sanding with 180 grit paper. Fold it, the sponges work good, it helps conform to the profile, but that allows you to get down into that groove and just clean that up just a little bit. And now when we go to our next step after tack cloth and we put our varnish on there, it's going to absorb it just like the face of the board where we use the orbital. All right, so why don't you, Dill, go ahead and finish the end of this board. Okay, I think you got it, Dill. And as we can see how fine that powder is? Yeah. Okay, we're doing a very light finish sanding, and that's what you produce, is that it's almost like facial powder quality sawdust, right? You know, loosen that stuff up a little bit, and we'll be ready to go. Then we'll jump onto that next board. We've got a couple things that we want to show folks, okay? So finish this one up. Okay, Dill, how are you making it? Good, looks good, man. Nice job, nice job. All right, let's slide that one out of the way. That'll be one of the ones we'll use to show how we apply the varnish, okay? We're to the point of, we're gonna tack cloth these off, okay? So there's your tack cloth. It's no more than a sticky cheesecloth, right? Yeah. But it really, if you swipe, see how it picks up all that dust? And on this profile, you kind of want to align it into that bead and make sure it gets down in there and gets that dust out of there. So go ahead and, while you're doing that, Dillon, I'm going to go ahead and get our varnish ready, okay? We're putting a clear coat on it today. It's going to be gorgeous. You know it, I know it. You've had it in your mom's and dad's home. You know, sometimes we're going to have to turn the brush and come down into those edges. Because this is a tongue and groove product, we want to make sure that we're covered to that tongue. Same thing on the beveled edge side. We're going to have to address that a little bit with the edge of the brush. And then to finish, we'll come back and address the top, right? And we're dragging it out, and that lumber will grab what it wants. Yeah. We're not looking for a heavy coat, because after install, we're gonna sand it, right. Very light sanding, and then we'll put that final thin coat on it once it's up on the ceiling and installed, right? So there we go, we're addressing the edge. Looks like we got good product over here. You're almost brushing to the point where it's dry, Dillon. Try and get rid of all those brush strokes. What do you think? Looking okay? Yep. Give it a shot, man. We want to get as much coverage as we can. Yeah. If we miss a little bit, it's not the end of the world because we have that second coat. What do you think, Dill? How's it look? Good. Looks good? I think it looks great. It's not going to be too awful long. This is going to be a beautiful piece of work up on that coffered ceiling, right? So I'm excited about it. I think it's really going to be a beautiful project. So stay tuned, everybody. We look forward to seeing you next time. Till then, from Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, this is Steve.
Dillon.
And we'll see you next time.